every stone, and we're here to provide you with resources so that you can engage your world in a way that makes some rational sense. I've had a few comments that came in regarding some of the things I've been talking about, free enterprise and the principles of it. And it was really interesting. I tried to engage with a few socialists who were commenting on my page, and it quickly just degraded. I mean, it was just they were constantly calling me names, saying I wasn't making my case, this, that, and the other. And I tried to just engage them in a reasonable conversation, but that appeared to be just virtually impossible. Well, I ran across this article. It's in Reason magazine. This is September 12th, 2018. The title of it is What We Talk About When We Talk About Socialism. And it's written by Nick Gillespie, and I think he does a really good job of dealing with this. He starts off, he points out, Jim Carrey has come out in favor of socialism, and all these others. We talk about the latest pop star in the political scene, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and why are people so drawn to this? Does this make any sense? And so Gillespie goes through and he talks about some of the important things here. One of the things that became clear to me in my discussions with those who are commenting on my page is that what they really were fighting against and really don't like is the fact that they have to purchase from producers what they want. As odd as that seems, in other words, they view that as if that's against their personal freedom in life. And I thought, how odd that is. And so it's almost as if they believe in this sort of fairy world where everything is rainbows, lollipops, and gumdrops. Nobody's got to produce anything. Nobody has to do anything. It's just there. And they just take it for granted that somehow production is just there. As a matter of fact, one of the comments I said essentially that. I said, well, who's going to produce it? If who's going to produce when nobody gets paid for what they're doing? And the guy never responded to that. I was like, okay, well, or have you really thought this thing through? And so, there is this presumption, this overarching presumption among our modern day socialists that just production of stuff will go on unhindered if only the government takes control over it. And that we can dispense with profits, we can dispense with all this other sort of stuff, and life will go on, and won't it be great? I find that really odd. When I support free enterprise, I'm not supporting free enterprise because I think it's going to cure every human ill known to man. No, that's not going to be the case at all. I mean, people are still going to suffer in various ways. Even as I speak here, people in North Carolina are suffering from this Hurricane Florence. It's just come ashore this morning, and who knows the level of the destruction that this this storm is going to cause. But this is nothing new. I mean, this is the world we live in. We live in a world that is decaying, that has tornadoes and earthquakes and all sorts of things. Not only that, but humans suffer all manner of diseases and disabilities. And, these things are going to continue. Nobody's doubt. I mean, if you doubt that, you're living in a fairy world. And if you think that somehow if we just socialized everything, that everybody would get the health care they needed, everyone would get the education they needed, everyone would get everything they ever wanted or desired. Well, that's just not, that's not true. That can't be true. And so the question then becomes, what political economic system will allow us to progress most effectively to our future where things are provided, where things do get relatively better over time. And the data is clear. That's free enterprise. And so it's really quite an odd thing that this utopian spirit has so gripped our culture. Well, I've written about this in one of my books, The Great Utopian Delusion. If you want to read further, just go to my website, boundarystone.org, and pick up a copy of that book. You can read more thoroughly, understand, this spirit that's behind this. Anyway, Dr. Paul Cleveland with Boundary Stone, and once again, we're trying to provide you with resources so you can understand your world and engage your world in an effective way. Talk to you next time.